4 races left in the 2021 F1 calendar. 4 races for reigning world champion Lewis Hamilton to defend his title, but the Briton was immediately on the back foot in Sao Paulo. A new internal combustion engine sees the Stevenage Speedster face a 5-place grid penalty for Sunday's Grand Prix, making qualifying for Saturday's sprint even more important if he's to maintain his championship challenge. And Hamilton was less than happy with his setup in FP1.
Please come up with another solution for front suspension.
Yeah, copy, looking into it.
But his issues didn't stop him from getting a little racy with Red Bull's Sergio Perez along the pit straight. The Britons still put in the fastest lap of FP1, a 1 minute 9.050, which should buoy his spirits ahead of Friday afternoon's crucial qualifying session. Max Verstappen was almost 4/10 back for Red Bull, his time around 2 seconds slower than his pole position here in 2019, a race he went on to win, topping the youngest ever average age podium in Formula One alongside Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz. The return of the sprint weekend format means just a single 1-hour practice session for the drivers before qualifying. 3 drivers have never put rubber to asphalt in Sao Paulo before: AlphaTauri's Yuki Tsunoda and the Haas pairing of Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. So practice and an immediate qualifying session will be a huge test of nerve. Daniel Ricciardo suffered a big lock-up at turn 10. The Honey Badger was in a confident mood arriving into Sao Paulo, fully believing that the Woking team can claw back points from Ferrari in their fight for P3 in the Constructors' Championship. The gap between the two teams is just 13.5 points, with 4 rounds to go. Sainz has not progressed through Q1 at Interlagos since 2017, but is in fine form, scoring in the last 11 consecutive races. And the Maranello men put in a decent session for P6 and P7, but still over 7/10 slower than the Red Bull and Mercedes drivers. Kimi Raikkonen, who won here in 2007 on the way to his World Championship, is also in impressive form, scoring 2 8th-place finishes in the last 4 races for Alfa Romeo as he winds down his F1 career. The Iceman was pushing hard early on, having a wobble through turn 7 and later complaining of an issue with his rear left wheel. So it's Hamilton leading the way, with title rival Verstappen nearly 4/10 back. Perez and Valtteri Bottas follow, with the ever-impressive Pierre Gasly rounding out the top 5. Sainz and Charles Leclerc were P6 and 7, just ahead of the Alpine duo of Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll rounding out the top 10. Yuki Tsunoda was 11th, just ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Raikkonen. His Alfa Romeo teammate Antonio Giovinazzi following in P14, and McLaren looking off the pace with Norris in 15th and Ricciardo 19th. Mick Schumacher was P16, just ahead of the Williams pair of Nicholas Latifi and George Russell, with Mazepin completing the 20.